point A to B, but in the most efficient and cost-effective and timely way possible. They are the guides, the problem solvers, the innovators in a world that grows more complex by the day. So what truly sets them apart? It's a matter of perspective and power. Shipping lines provide the muscle, the sheer capacity to move goods across oceans. Freight forwarders provide the mind, the intelligence to navigate a global network with agility and precision. Shipping lines follow schedules, freight forwarders design solutions when the unexpected happens. Shipping lines transport the goods, freight forwarders transport dreams, opportunities, and business growth across borders. In a sense, if international trade is a journey, the shipping line is the ship, but the freight forwarder is the compass, the map, and the captain guiding the way through unpredictable waters. Without one, the other cannot achieve its full potential. Together, they are a force that drive commerce, connects markets, and fuel innovation worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world where supply chains are more than just logistics, they are lifeline of the global economy. Understanding this distinction is not just academic, it is strategic, transformative, and essential. By leveraging the power of freight forwarders and the shipping lines in harmony, business can unlock efficiency, resilience, and growth like never before. So next time you see a container ship on the horizon, remember it. It's not just steel and cargo. It's a symbol of movement, possibility, and a connection, driven forward by the muscle of shipping line and the brain power of the freight forwarders. Together, they are the true backbone of the global trade. Argus Global is at your service. We call ourselves the award-winning companies. We have more than 30 awards to us, international and domestic, and we feel proud to say we are the pharma ones. And thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be here. And on the membership, definitely we will look into it and come back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry, am I live? Can people hear me? Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Trika. Very much appreciate your presentation. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our slight deviation in the agenda, and I'm going to invite Ms. Nandita Agarwal to our virtual stage. Ms. Agarwal is the founder and managing director of ILAN, leading the company with vision and innovation. She is recognized for driving many changes and growth in her company and inspiring excellence through her entrepreneurial leadership. So Ms. Agarwal, welcome to the webinar, and the floor is now yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushka, for your introduction. So thank you, Anupam and Vandana, for giving me the opportunity to speak on this platform. But I'm extremely sorry for making this change because due to some emergency, I'm at a customer end and I was not able to come and speak on my topic. So I requested Vandana that I'll just come and introduce myself. So, members and everyone, I would like to say it was a very interesting topic given to me. And with my 25 years of experience into the corporate world, plus now since last 4 years into the business of logistic, warehousing, transportation, I would definitely like to talk on this. But here, it's not right now the situation where I can talk on this, but I would like to connect with everyone. Vanna can share my email ID. I've just come out of the meeting to share a few words with you all. And Vanna, you can share my contact details. I'm always here to address the topic and anyone has any query. So I'll just give my brief introduction with my corporate experience of 20 years. And then since last 4 years, I've been running this company, Island Enterprises, based out of India, one of the largest port, that is Mundra Port. And I've just started my journey as and you can say as an entrepreneur into complete supply chain solution. So what my previous speakers were saying, we have been hearing the term logistic, warehousing, transportation, freight forwarding, everything chained up together makes the supply chain. So that's what the favorite word for me is, supply chain. So I am the person who can provide you the entire supply chain, help you and give you the guidance in your supply chain process. And it's a very nice initiative which Vanna, Anupam, and everyone in the team has taken to connect two countries. And I think it will be very successful. But I will definitely take a leave right now because my customers are waiting in the meeting. And I suppose the customer is a king. So you have to address them first. So I'm really very sorry. And if you allow, then I can take a leave. And very thankful to everyone. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Agarwal. We absolutely understand. And yes, you're right, especially in this business, the customer definitely is king. So we appreciate you coming on to at least share your introduction with us. And we will look forward to having our attendees connect with you at a later time. So thank you very much. Just a reminder to all of the participants, if there are any questions that you would like any of the panelists to address, please feel free to use the chat feature. You can find that at the bottom of your screen. There's a little double bubble and it is labeled chat. If you'd like to type any questions in for me to see, we can certainly go through those at the end. I think we are going to have some time. So please feel free to provide your thoughts or even your comments that way. With that, I'd like to move into speaker 4, Mr. Alok Bhargava. Mr. Bhargava is the president of the Movers Federation of India. Oh, and I just lost my notes, pardon me. And the CEO of Relocare Global Moving Services Private Limited. In his role at MFI, he leads initiatives to promote best practices, industry standards, and collaboration within India's moving and relocation sector. With extensive experience in the industry, he is dedicated to enhancing service quality, supporting sector growth, and representing MFI members at national and international platforms. So welcome, Mr. Bhargava. The floor is now yours.
Hi, good morning to you all. So first I will like, can you hear me all? Okay. So first I would like to thanks Dr. Vandana, Mr. Anupam for inviting me to speak in this webinar. So if you know, logistics is a big word, very big word. And you know very well that without logistics, no any business can survive. And either this is a product business or services business. If you are serving your customer, you are giving services to your customers, or if you are producing any product and sending or doing trade, you need logistics. In logistics, in the big word logistics, there is one small sector is relocations or moving services. If you have heard about moving and relocations. So there are so many corporates coming to India, and Indian corporates are going to abroad and doing the businesses. So they are moving their employees, their personal goods and cars or pets. So we are serving relocations. So we are coming from moving industry, serving people, moving people and their personal belongings. So since this is a logistics chat and webinar, so I want to put some figure in the terms of Indian logistics. Indian logistics valued in 2024, the logistic industry valued $228 billion, and this is projected to grow approx $380 billion by 2025. By 2030, the market is expected to reach $357 billion. Means it is growing. The growth rate is annual CAGR is 7.7% from 2025. And in this industry, logistics industry, the moving industry itself, we can say in INR 40 to 50,000 crore in India. So why the logistics improving or accelerating? The factor behind this is rapidly growing e-commerce, because now the time is quick delivery. Everyone want everything is in 10 minutes. So rapidly growing e-commerce, especially quick commerce. Number two, government initiative. Indian government is really so sensitive for providing good infra for logistics and related to logistics infra, such as ports, highways, warehousing. Government is giving subsidies and promoting this type of businesses, cold houses and all. So government is really doing infrastructure development, and government is supporting such type of businesses. Now, key market trends. So third-party logistics providers are continuing to dominate the market by offering comprehensive and integrated solution, capturing a 61% market share in 2024 and 25. So third-party logistics are doing really remarkable and doing good. High growth in warehousing. The warehousing and logistics sector saw 203% growth after COVID. 203% increase in the investment of 2024, absorbing 44.9 million square feet space. The huge for India. So one side we are seeing the logistic growth, and second side we are seeing the upward in growth in warehousing and logistics sector. And as Mr. Mahesh mentioned that no one trade can happen without ocean, because ocean is a 90% take the part. So for ocean, the Indian government just two days before highlight one maritime policy. Government of India announced the maritime policy, and I want to just mention some points in that maritime policy. Because since we are talking about Canada and India partnership and trade development, so just wanted to mention that how government of India is improving the infra of maritime. Government of India developing next gen world-class deep draft port infrastructure all over the India and all ports, positioning India as a leading nation for ship flagging and ownership. Because nowadays we are using Maersk or Hapag-Lloyd and Meridian MSC container, enhancing the inland waterways and coastal shipping ecosystem in UP and some areas in the eastern coast. We are using inland waterways also, promoting sustainable and green maritime transport. As Mr. Mahesh mentioned that is the time to green transport. Now we can imagine that ship can go by without fuel. Revitalizing the shipbuilding sector with greenfield cluster and expanding brownfield shipyard. Introduction innovative financing mechanism in the maritime sector and generating new job opportunity in the maritime sector. So these are the big boost to maritime sector. 5 new act implemented. These are crucial because other than infra, Government of India introduced first time 5 new act just only specialized in maritime. So the one act name is Merchant Shipping Act 2025. And under this act, modernizes shipping, boosts safety and investment. The second act is Coastal Shipping Act 2025, where revamp coastal trade, drive efficiently and securely. Third act is Carriers and Goods by Sea Act 2025, ensure fair, clear, modern shipping practices. Because if you all know, there are some lack of standardization while we are talking about CFS and DTSC and TSC. So, as per my experience, there is no standardization. So, government is introduced this act, Carriage and Goods by Act from 2025. The fourth is Bill of Lading Act 2025, strengthen Bill of Lading of global trade. And fifth and final act is Indian Port Act 2025. This upgrade port governance, planning, and transparency. So now we can access the system, government system, and we can access the duty, and we can pay the duty and all. So all manual intervention government is removing, and everything will come under the system. So Indian government is especially 4-pillar strategy worth rupees 70,000 crore approved for maritime revitalization. One is shipbuilding financial assistance system. Number two, nation shipbuilding mission will be established. Number three, the maritime development fund MDF with a corpus of 25,000 crores in rupees. The shipbuilding development scheme SBDS with a budgetary outlay of 20,000 rupees crore rupee in rupees. So in summary, Indian government is supporting trade, supporting businesses by maritime, and government is providing infra. They are providing legal support. They are amending their years old years laws. They are providing finance. They are providing opportunities. Even government of India introducing small subjected to their colleges, universities, even in ITIs, where the low skilled people can teach or take training about loading, unloading, the basic thing. What is the less? How do we do the lessing? How we do the loading, unloading? How we do the we make documentation, how we make packing list, small things. So on ITI level, from ITI to college to universities or post graduation, government is introducing small courses to boost the employment in this sector. And I think everyone knows about the PM Gati Shakti Yojana. So the Gati Shakti Yojana is a really super hit uh, scheme introduced by Government of India before 5 years, and now the results are on surface, and we are benefiting or the benefits from Gati Shakti Yojana. Government is building highways, warehouses, and give the subsidies. So it's my summary that we can mutually do the trading. We can find the markets, Indian in Canada and Canadians in India and other part of the world. So infra is ready. Peoples are trained. Peoples are skilled. Now we need to just take a hand and find the market and start the businesses in the logistics sector, and also in the relocation industry, in the moving sector also. Recently, we have finished one four days conference in New York, International Association of Movers conference, 4 days yesterday. So the all over world, I think approx 2,000 companies was there. So they just shake the hand and they are exchange the ideas about how can they implement, how can they uh, improve their businesses in moving sector and relocation sector. So India is open, India is ready, and Indian government are supportive. They are announcing new ports and infra. So we can use this our facility and improve our businesses. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhargava. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
It's funny, we're having a webinar on logistics, and there's so many behind the scenes happening. I'm sorry for the chat function having some difficulties. We think we have it working now. We have received a couple of questions. So if you do have any, please continue to type them in. I'd now like to call on our final speaker for this morning, Mr. Varun Kundra. He is a banking professional with over 12 years in that industry in terms of experience, and he transitioned into the logistics sector about 5 years ago. He is very involved in the community and always willing to go above and beyond to support businesses with their needs. In his free time, he enjoys traveling with his family, reading, and spending time with his children. So welcome, Mr. Kundra. This is going to be potentially a little bit awkward. I've only got one screen today, and I do have your slides up. So I'm just waiting for permissions to be able to share, and then we will get into the screen sharing for your slides. Please just give me a verbal cue when you want me to advance. Kush, should I be able to do that now?
I think so. Try it on your end.
I am share. I have started it. Does that work?
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Kunter, why don't you go ahead and start? We'll get this figured out in very short order here.
Sure. Thank you, Anushka, and Mr. Anu, and all the AICC members for the opportunity. Warm greetings to all the attendees on the call today. My name is Varun Kundra, and I am the owner director of True Logistics and Services based out of Edmonton. We have offices located in India and Dubai as well. The topic that I was given today is navigating Canada-India routes, trade routes. So I'll just share a few uh, things around that. If you can please go to the next slide. Yes, so there's a bilateral trade volume of all the goods and services, and many things have been already shared by all the guest speakers as well. And then there's key traded commodities. Some of them are agri-food, machinery, textiles, pharmaceuticals as well. There's the Canada-India exports of various goods, some of them potash, coal, lentils, agri-foods. And then again from India, Canada exports, there's the textiles, pharmaceuticals, IT services, food items, and much more. So there's so many commodities are being traded between both countries. There's a trade volume of about 12 to 15 billion annually. This was as of 2024-25 updated numbers. So this is in general, as a nutshell, as an overview to share with you. If you can go to the next slide, please. Again, as it has been shared by all the speakers already, but there's mainly the trade happens between countries through ocean freight and air freight. So, for example, there's ports in Canada, Vancouver, Prince Rupert, Montreal on the east side, Halifax, and there's smaller ports like Saint John, etc. as well. And then ports in India, Mumbai, Nhava Sheva, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, and Mundra, and then Chennai, and then fewer again other ports in South India as well. The common route of navigation is Vancouver, Trans-Pacific, Mumbai. Usually, each container takes, let's say, 25, 30, 35 days, depending on the route and if there's any port congestions. On the other side, air freight, which is fast, and of course, it is um, it's expensive than ocean freight as well. Usually it is Toronto, Montreal to Delhi, Mumbai, and then again there's many different carriers, Air Canada, WestJet, Lufthansa, all other cargoes as well available. And then so that's the main trade routes that are commonly used throughout India-Canada trades. If you can go to the next slide, please. What True Logistics brings on the table to you, there is access to the worldwide logistics via ocean and air freight. On our website, there's a live tracking of all the shipments that you can access all the time, 24/7 customer services. We have our staff member online available on the phone and email access 24/7, so they're able to answer all the calls. And then there's a specialized cargo as well. The alcohol, for example, has certain handling requirements, heavy equipment, lighting, fixtures. Some items that are more fragile requires extra care when you ship from across countries. Again, this has been shared as well, direct relationship with all the shipping lines, such as Maersk, CMA, HPL, so Hapag-Lloyd, COSCO One. So True has established contact with all the lines. Therefore, we get very competitive rates. We avoid any agents as well. In between, worldwide presence. So True is in Edmonton, India, and Dubai. We have offices located, and at the end, the values and ownership and the accountability that we carry is helping us to win the business. So that's all I can share, Anushka. If on the next slide, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer. Thank you again for the opportunity.
There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kundra, and thank you to all of our speakers. Yeah, we have about 15 minutes to go, and we have received some questions. So I'm going to start going through them. There's one here that is for Trevor Lynn, The question is, how does last mile logistics differ in rural versus urban settings? There's a follow-up question about whether or not the Alberta-India Chamber of Commerce will help members or vendors with their logistics, and perhaps I will leave that to our president, Anupam, to answer. But Trevelyan, could you maybe provide some insights on last mile differences between urban and rural settings, please?
So take exports coming into the US or Canada, for example. Canada can be very challenging because the gateways for an ocean on the Vancouver, and on the east side, it's a Montreal or a Halifax. So the dependency on rail movements and trucking is very high if you want to get goods coming into, the interlands like a Toronto or into satellite areas, even into Labrador and wherever. So right now we are seeing that having a good trucking network, being part of a good trucking network, or being part of a good rail network, with CP rail or with CN rail, rather than allowing the carrier to basically manage that for us. We recommend to our customers, we bring it into the ports, the main ports, and then from there we can transload them if need be, especially in specialized equipments like flatbeds, double drops, step decks, and taking them internally like we do in areas of solar, oil and gas, aerospace, very specialized area. So the last mile can become a big challenge because the weight on the containers and on the rail are very restricted on the roads. So working with the right service provider, with the right equipment, you can get this to the destination without the last mile becoming a challenge. The same applies even in India. Once it gets to a port like a Mundra or a Pipavav or even a Nhava Sheva, and has to go inside into an ICD location like probably Delhi, Tughlaqabad, or wherever, because of the weights and the infrastructure there, if that is not well managed, your goods can go into detentions, into storages, into damages. So it's very important that the first mile and the last mile, are given the importance. And we see it today. A lot of our business here we do in the Americas, all the heavy hauls and all coming. The customers from India come to us because of our last mile strength, because of our trucking network, because of our custom clearance capabilities, understanding the documentation, our engagements with the rail. So, that's where I would say the last mile plays a very important role.
Excellent. Okay, thank you so much for that insight, Trevelyan. Anupam, did you want to address the question about if the chamber is in a position to help members or vendors with their logistics?
Sorry, just last point got cut out. Can you repeat the question, Anushka?
There was a question from a member of the audience about if the Alberta-India Chamber of Commerce is in a position to help members or vendors with their logistics.
Oh yeah, so this is absolutely a great question. And the second webinar focusing on logistics clearly indicate how logistics is important as we are gathering resources or from the government sector, also from the business side. The purpose of this webinar, of course, is to get to know who is in this trade, both sides, as much as individuals from Alberta are looking to see how quickly they can have the products and services reach their destination in India. India is also doing the same. So we are working closely with the Parliamentary Secretary of Economic Corridors, that's Shane Getson's office, alongside with other chambers as well who are directly involved in this space, plus the Alberta Exports Department I'm talking to. So they're constantly feeding me with good information. As the information flows, we will be including that, all that information in our upcoming newsletters, Anushka. So people have to just watch out for newsletters and also information, and logistics being such a great importance. That's the reason why we started with logistics as one of the topics. I think that is one of the ways to just answer. If they're looking for any specific thing in regard to what help, I would encourage them to just shoot an email to us, and we will provide a bigger answer and a detailed answer.
Great. Thank you so much.
Before going to the second question, it'll be a remiss, Anushka, again, as I said, in 1 hour, we cannot have 38 people really use the time. And I know that sometimes you feel rushed. It'll be a remiss if I do not bring Dr. Vandana Srivastav, who is the president of Alberta-India Chamber of Commerce, just to say a few words, because she is working so hard, connecting the Indian diaspora or the Indian folks on this side. Also, before I bring her, I also always like to introduce my body, executive body, so that people should know who I am working in the background. Mr. Puneet Manchanda, who's the Director of Government Relations. Vishal Zaveri, who is the Director of Chamber and Corporate Governance. The Honorable Leela Ahir, who is the member of, who's the Director of or Strategic Advisor of Member Advocacy. And of course, Anushka, you are doing such a great job in wearing so many hats as a strategic advisor of policy and governance mostly. But Dr. Vandana, if you can maybe just take 1 or 2 minutes to just talk about what efforts you're doing, and then we'll come back to the questions.
I think we have very little time. Hello, everybody. We have very little time, like 10 minutes left, even 8 minutes left. So I'll prefer let's take question answers. But thank you, everybody. On the behalf of Alberta-India Chamber of Commerce, I would like to say thanks to MLA Shane Getson, our Consul General Masako Iji. They are not here, but they are supporting us. They know that event is going on, and they have given full support to us. And thank you, Mr. Trevor Lane, Kundraji, for your presentation. That was really great information. Thank you, Alok Bhargava. Such a lovely insight you have given. Trikha sir, thank you very much for giving your time, and I'm so happy, and I would just like to say thank you very much. Just let it continue. And Anushka, I think what is just moving fast, so you better take question answer. That will be better. Thank you, Anupam, for giving me speak.
Thank you so much. Okay, the next question that we have, and I think I'd like to direct this one to to Dr. Trikha, if I may. There's a question here asking, which port from India is the most feasible for small and mid-sized vendors, and where can they reach out for guidance? Could you share some insights based on your experience, please?
Actually, I was reading this question, but I was not able to fully understand this. Which port is for?
Is there a particular port leaving India that, I don't know, maybe for reasons of regulatory compliance is a bit easier for smaller players in the market to access, or does that make a difference at all?
No. I think the perspective about Indian customs in the port needs to be changed. India has come a long way, and it is, I think, as good as any country in the world for customs and the infrastructure at least on the major ports. And India has more than 17 major ports. So for smaller or bigger, if they're accepting LCL, all the ports are accepting, ICDs are accepting. So it's the same. Unless there's a bulk movements, then they have a specified ports. Otherwise, we have never faced any issue on whether it's custom clearance or whether it's terminal, whether it is anything about it. So I am very pleased to say that whether it is exports or imports, India is doing much better than earlier. So just again, somebody said it's a question of how you select your forwarder. That may be a different issue, but otherwise it's all good going.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for those insights. I have received one other question. With the world moving to artificial intelligence adoption, how is the world of logistics adopting this new technology? I'm going to throw that open to any of our panelists who might like to take that. So let me see. We've heard, Mr. Kundra, would you be maybe willing to answer that question based on your experience and what you've seen so far?
Sure, Anushka, could you mind repeating the question? Is this the question that is the report takes less time over others in delivering goods to Canada?
No, this is a question about artificial intelligence and how the logistics sector is moving to adopt the use of AI technologies into the overall industry?
I may be able to add a little bit on this one here, although I'm not fully um, uh, able to address specifically when it comes to AI and logistics, but when I know is there's so many tools are being used by the companies of logistics companies across the globe is AI integrated as well, and some of their website are being AI integrated. Earlier, I think we learned about the green logistics as well. So I think AI will also play part in green logistic as we will see in the near future. Uh, Moreover, I think this AI will also enable a lot of information on the table to the consumer directly as well. They'll be able to find, learn about routes, learn about um, uh, the cargo handling, for example, documentation handling. So it's going to bring up a lot of information directly on the hands of to the consumer when AI is fully integrated to logistics. So that's all I can share.
Okay, great. I think we have time for one last question. And Trevorlyn, if it's okay, I'm going to throw this one to you as well, just being the other Canadian voice in the room this morning. There is a question asking if there is a port in Canada that is more efficient in terms of delivering goods or maybe that customs clearing piece. Is there anything that you've noticed in your experience in the industry here? Oh, did Trevorlyn leave?
I can also answer the question if you want.
Yeah, please. I think he may have had to leave, so please go ahead.
Yeah. So there's like Mr. Mahesh, Mr. Chika mentioned, is that there's no such thing, there's no such ports that will take less or more time over the others. So it's all about the transit time that each container shipment will take. For example, it could range from 25 to 35 days, depending, or from India actually, it could take from 50 to 70 days as well. And sometimes there's a port congestion as well. There's a rush, for example, at the ports. That could also take few extra days to deliver the goods from the port to the final destination. But yeah, there's no such thing. It's each vessel has the transit time that it will take based on their mileage or speed.
Anushka,
Okay.
can I just add on to
Oh, there
that?
you are. Okay, yes.
Sorry, I was on mute. To begin with, there is no direct sailing from India to any Canadian ports. So the average sailing time from India to Canada is anywhere between a 40 to a 55-day sailing. So India is very much in line with the port of Halifax, Montreal, because it comes into that line of the longitude, latitude. But looking at also using Vancouver when you're feeding the west side, of Canada, if I would run a rating, I think today Vancouver is one of the most efficient ports running, and especially with now Prince, Rupert, opening up there, and with DP World playing a very important role in the port and handling the efficiencies. We are seeing a lot of shipments now coming into Vancouver and being railed right even as not only just to Calgary but also into Edmonton. So we're seeing the efficiencies there. We are seeing also cost is much lower because China's volume has dropped. So a lot of carriers are moving to India. So there's a big price difference when you ship to the east coast of Canada as to the west coast of Canada. Of course, there are other costs involved on the moving the freight inland, depending where it's going. I hope that answers.
Excellent. Thank you very much for the insights. I'm going to throw it to our president, Anupam Srivastav, one final time. He is going to do some closing remarks. I just wanted to thank everyone for their attention and time, and to all of our speakers. And so, Anupam, I will give you the last word. Thank you very much.
Thank you as always, Anushka. And I am so thrilled to have such a great group, such an engaging group, and I don't want to really put it to closure. I think we have to increase our webinar time. I was just waiting for one another great person who just joined last minute. Dr. Vandana is shaking her head. I think she is saying that he's not able to. Great guy from Calgary who is has got great experience in and already sending and bringing goods from India as a logistic person. So I'll take an opportunity to maybe bring that individual's remark later on. However, I wanted to end by saying thank you to our great audience. Before that, His Excellency Masako Irungsung, Dinesh Patnaik ji, our High Commissioner from Ottawa, and of course from the Alberta side, Honorable Parliamentary Secretary of Economic Corridor, Shane Getson, for giving us such valuable wisdom of words all the time. This just shows our economic and financial patriotism between Canada and India, which allows us to really bring such great movement of resources, mobilizing product and services. Next three webinars will be focusing on the energy sector, as we know that as we are drumming up our the India Energy Week, which is coming up in January, in the end of January, we are all getting ready. So of course, we will be talking more about the energy sector, which also talks about logistics, because we know how much energy is a great product line for Alberta, specifically to contribute not to India, just to the globe here. Again, I would just maybe take a minute to again see if my other directors, Puneet or Vishal, may have just a word or two, or Honorable Leela here. Please feel free to jump in. It's not about me, it's about the entire team who's working day in, day out, night as volunteers, just as a passion towards the two regions and bringing everything closer. So Puneet, Vishal, and Leela, if at all you have your cameras, if you're listening to me, please come on and just say final words and let's close. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you, everybody, and appreciate for taking the time to come to this webinar. And as Anupam ji and Vandana ji mentioned, we are committed to providing that platform for Alberta-India Business Corridor and working together with both chambers and both of our great president leadership together. So thank you again, everybody.
Seems like Puneet is not, I do not see if he's still online. And Honorable Leela, I don't know, she was also just jumping on a plane. But having said that, I'm really thankful for all the support again and again. I can see some people on the screen here, Upendra ji from India. We've got Vinay Shandyal ji from India. We've got Mahesh ji, Varun ji. Trevelyan, thank you so much for contributing. And let's meet soon again, discussing many, many things. You guys are very important, and your contributions will continue to really bring the two regions closer and closer. Thank you so much.
Welcome and thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a good day.